Hi guys, we have a problem very similar to what we did last time. We've got 2 is 20% of what number? So last time it was 2 is 50% of what number, and what I changed was the 20%. So you'll notice that we've got the 2. That's a number that will show up somewhere on this side of the number line. On the other piece of information that we have is that we have 20%. Well, the percents are going to show up on that side of the number line. And then we know one more piece of information. We're looking for some number. That some number is where the number line is going to end. It's right down here. This is our unknown. This is our x. That goes right there. We don't know yet where the 2 goes on this. Matter of fact, I always start with the percent side in a problem set up like this, because I don't know exactly where the 2 is going to be, because I don't know what the x is down at the bottom. So since I'm going to start with the percent, I'm going to take this side of the number line, and the first thing I do is I turn it into something that I can use by saying that this is 0%. The thing they never tell you is that in the problem 2 is 20% of what number? It looks like we only know 3 things, but you actually know 4 things. Because we're dealing with percent, a percent always means out of 100. So down here, this will always be 100%. Even though they don't tell us that, percents are always out of 100. So we've got from 0% down to 100%. I start by dividing this up into pieces. I could, again, turn this into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and count all the way up to 100. I don't have the time for that, neither do you. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to count by tens. To make this easier, I cut my space in half. That's just a trick I use to try to make semi-equal pieces. 1, 2, 3. And I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. So I just created a number line. I made it by 10% for the sake of keeping it easy. Okay. So now that I've created my number line, let me switch to the red color here. I know that I've got 20%. I need to find, oh, there's 20%. It's right here on the number line. It's right there. And I know that 2 is 20%. So that tells me where the 2 is on the other side. The 2 is going to be right here. That number is going to be a 2. Well, I really should go ahead and make this into a number line real quick. I think it'll be a lot easier if I do that. So let's see. Oops. Like that. In order to keep this the same, I'm going to just kind of make a line going like that and like that. And what I'm doing is I'm just connecting the pieces straight across. So it's really easy to see that this 20 equals 2. And what I'm trying to find out is, what does this number equal? Well, let's see. If I start at 0 here, I've got 1 piece, 2 pieces. So what am I counting by? It's actually a pretty simple problem. I've got the number 2, which is that one right there, and I've got 2 pieces, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. You probably already knew we were counting by ones. So this is 0. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's our answer. Our answer is going to be 10. X equals 10. 2 is 20% of 10. So if you like the visual model, great. I think it's very helpful. But I do want to show you another way of doing this, and I'm going to switch to the highlighter here. And I want to remind you of what we knew. We knew this 2, and I did not switch to the highlighter. Let me switch to the highlighter. Sorry about that. We knew this 2. We knew this 20. We knew we were looking for x, and we know the percent always means out of 100. So how do we set that up? Well, we say, well, 2, I don't want to use yellow. 2 is 20%. Huh. Well, we also know that there's 100%, that we're always, and what number is 100%? What number is 100%? So that becomes 2 is to x as 20% is to 100%. And again, when you have percent on the top and percent on the bottom, those cancel out. We can get rid of those percent signs. And now we're saying that 2 over x equals 20 over 100. Cross multiply is what we're going to do here. 2 times 100 is equal to x times 20. So 200 equals 20x. Divide both sides by 20. Well, 200 divided by 20 is 10 equals x. And that's how you do that using the cross multiplying method to get the same answer.